Next, we are going to see about selecting a text in PageMaker. Text can be selected using a mouse or a keyboard. We can select the text using mouse or keyboard. So, how we are going to select the text using the mouse? First, we are going to see about how we are going to select the text using mouse. To select the text using a mouse, we have to follow these steps. Step number one is place the insertion point to the left of the first character that is to be selected. Left of the first character in the sense, for example, point is the word. We have to keep the pointer where it has to be selected. First, we have to keep it near the point P. Is it clear? First character in the sense, here P is the first character. So we have to select the P as the first character. From that, you can select the whole word point. Next, press the left mouse button and drag the mouse to a position where you want to stop selecting. For example, now I am using from P, I am dragging the mouse to N. So in this way we have to select. Is it clear? Next, after selecting, you have to release the button. Without releasing the button, it will elongate. Is it clear? So if I release the button, only when I release the button, the selection can be left. The selected text gets highlighted. Is it clear? The text we are selecting will get highlighted. In this way, we are going to select a text using a mouse. To select a word, double click with I-beam. Here, double click with I-beam. To select a paragraph, triple click with I-beam. Is it clear? To select a word, I am double clicking it. Okay. Once again I will do. To select a particular word, now see this select that. There is everything. Okay. Now listen. To select a word, a particular word, I'm going to double click. Yeah, I'm going to select a word, so I'm going to double click. Is it clear? When I double click a word, it will be selected. When I need to select a paragraph, I need to triple click. See what happens. One, two, three. Clear? The whole paragraph is gets selected. When I get when I click two times, the particular word will be selected. When I click three times, particular paragraph will be selected. Okay. In this way, we are going to select the text using a mouse. Next, we are going to select use keyboard. To select the text using a keyboard, we have to follow these steps. First, place the insertion point left to the first character you wish to select, similar to the first point of mouse. See, this point and this point is same. You have to place the insertion point to the left character you wish to select. Is it clear? And then we need to press the shift key and movement of the keys. On pressing the shift key, you have to move the arrow key. For example, I am going to place a pointer here. Is it clear? Now I am using shift key and arrow mark so that my words is get selected. Is it clear? When I move towards right, I need to press the arrow key. Shift plus particular arrow keys. Like it will be like this up. These arrow keys can be made use of. Next, when the shift key is released, the text is gets selected. So listen, each has its own character. One character to the left in the sense you need to select the shift plus left. On the right means shift plus right. One line up in the sense you need to click shift plus up arrow, and one line down in the sense shift plus down arrow. To end of the current line, it means shift plus n. To beginning of the current line, it means shift plus home. Entire document control A. These shortcuts are almost common for all the softwares or Word document. When you edit a Word document in a PDF file or in a Photoshop, everything for any softwares, these are the common key shortcut keys you need to memorize or you can well paste in the software. Next, how we are going to delete a particular text. First, we selected the text. Here, we are going to delete a text. Deleting in the sense, when we make an error, we need to rectify it, right? To rectify it, we have to delete the particular text and then we need to type a new one. Is it clear? So, you can easily delete a character or a word or a block of text. It is easy. But you have to select a particular text that you need to delete. You can do the following to delete a character. Character in the sense a particular letter in the word. Okay, particular letter. Character in the sense particular letter. Position position the insertion point to the left of the character that is to be deleted. So, for example, when I need to delete a D letter in this deleted, I need to place my pointer over here and press delete key. Okay, I need to place it over left side and press delete key. Or another way is I need to place in the right side of the letter and then press backspace. Is it clear? You can delete a character using two methods, either using a delete key or a backspace key. While using delete key, you need to keep the pointer before the particular character. On using backspace, you need to place the pointer after the particular letter. Is it clear? Okay. Next, to delete a block of text, select text to be deleted. You can double click or triple click a particular paragraph and then click a delete button or backspace button. Press delete or backspace in the keyboard or edit clear. You can use this is also in two ways. Particular block of text can also be clear. Okay. Next, undo command. What do you mean by undo command? Undo means it can reverse the operation that is performed earlier. Okay, undo command is used to reverse the action of the last command. Okay, to reverse the last command, click on edit undo or press Ctrl Z. This undo command is also common for almost all the softwares. You can find undo operation in edit menu or you can find this icon undo. This icon is known as undo icon. When you click this, it will move to the previous stage. Okay, or you can simply press Ctrl Z. This is a shortcut key for undo operation. Next, copying and moving text. Copying and moving text. Copy and paste commands of PageMaker can be used. From the name itself, you can understand that copy text is used to copy a particular text, and moving text it means you can pasting it or cut and then pasting it. These are the two operations you're going to use, either copy and paste or cut and paste. Copy in the sense it makes a copy to another location. That's it. It cannot be moved to another location. When you copy a particular text, it can have the same text in other file also. You see, for example, copy text from one location in a document and paste it on the other location. Copy command creates duplicate of the selected text, leaving the original text unchanged. This is very important. It can duplicate the text and leaves the original text as it is. Paste command pastes the copy text at the position where the insertion point is placed. Okay. Then what do you mean by cut and paste? Cut and paste is the operation in cut deletes the selected text from the original position. It doesn't delete the copy doesn't delete the original text from the original position, but cut deletes the selected text from its original position, and place paste operation helps to paste the text in the particular position. Place the text at the position where the pointer is placed. Is it clear? Next, moving the text. The selected text can be easily cut and pasted in the required location. Cut and paste. This also has two ways. You can cut using edit cut or control plus X. You can paste using edit paste or control plus V. These two shortcuts are also common in almost every software. These are the universal shortcut keys, control plus X or control plus V. Control plus X in the sense it is cut operation. Control plus V it means paste operation. So after cutting, you can paste it over the position. You can also right click on the mouse button and choose cut operation. And here you can also using paste using the right click operation. Okay. Only they are mentioned about control X and control V. CTRL means control key. Control plus C to copy. We have talked about undo. Since we also need to talk about redo operation. Shortcut key is redo operation is this. The symbol will be like this. Undo means it moves to the previous action. Redo means it moves to the next action which is performed. Without performing the task, we can go to redo operation. Next, copying the text. They are given here. Copying the text. Selected ways can be copied using the three operations: edit copy, control C copy, or right click button. Edit paste, control V, right mouse button. Three ways you can use copy and paste or cut and paste operation. Okay, next. These are the shortcut key. Shortcut keys help to work more faster than searching in edit operations or like that. Next is text block. A text block contains the text that you type, paste, or import. You can't see the borders of the text until you select it with the pointer tool. You can create text blocks in two ways. Click or drag the text tool on the page or pasteboard and then type. Click on the loaded text icon in an empty column or page. Creating a text block with the text tool. Now we are going to create a text block using a text tool. Just select the text tool from the toolbox. Our first thing is I need to select the text tool from the toolbox. I'm going to move the mouse over here. This is a text bar tool. I'm going to select it and then my icon will appear like this. Is it clear? Okay. After appearing like this, on an empty area of the page or pageboard, do not do the following. Click on iBeam where you want to insert the text. This creates a text block with the width of the column of the by default size insertion jump point to the left side of the block. So now I have typed my text icon will be starting over here. When I started to type, it moves and at last it comes in here. Is it clear? Computer is an electronic device. Type this. Type the text that you want. Unlike with the text frame, you do not see the borders of a text block until you click the text with the pointer tool. Okay, so it will be like this. An empty area. Unless you click the pointer over here, you can select the file. Okay. Next, moving a text block. To move a block without changing its shape, place the cursor anywhere inside the block and click and drag the required position. Now see what icon I have chosen. I have to click change the icon to here and I need to select and drag it over here. Okay, it has been moved. Position is changed. Is it clear? Next, resizing the text block. When you select a text block with the pointer tool, the block boundaries become visible. See, block boundaries. These we call it as boundaries that are visible. Two handles are seen above and below the text block. These handles are called window shades. One, two. Window shades. One and two are window shades. There is a dark square on both the ends to handle. These are used to change the size. Dark square on the both the sides of the handle helps change the size of the text block. Is it clear? Using these four, you can change the size of the text block. To resize the text block, click on the pointer tool. First, you need to click on the pointer tool. Click either left or corner, left or right corner, left or right corner to handle. So I'm going to select right hand corner and then and elongate, expanding it. A red triangle in the bottom window means there is more text in the text block than is visible on the page. Drag the window shade down to show more text. Yeah. Red indicates that it has more text. The expanded size is not feasible. So I'm going to expand it again. Is it clear? The red box indicates that the text is not visible. The entire text we have typed is not visible fully. So I'm going to elongate. Is it clear? Okay. Splitting a text block into two. Now I'm going to split text block into two. Place a cursor on the bottom handle and click and drag upwards. When you release the bottom handle, it will contain a red triangle. Okay. Click once on this and the cursor changes to load text icon. Position where the second part of your text should be selected. Okay. Once I have clicked this, the entire text will be moving. I need to select where it has to be placed. That's it. Next, rejoin. Once you have splitted the file, next we are going to rejoin the split blocks. Place the cursor on the bottom of the second text and drag the bottom to the top. Then place the cursor on the bottom handle of the first block and click and drag to the bottom handle down if necessary. It is as easy as it is. You have to select this and move to first text block, or you have to select this window and you have to move this near second block. In this way you can rejoin the split blocks. Now importing a text. So importing a text is very easy than you think. So first you need to go to file, and here you need to find the place. In this place dialog you can select the text where it is present. You can search the location in which you have placed the file. So open your dialog box. The pointer changes to the loaded text icon. Make a text block to place the text, or click in the page to place the text. The text will be placed in the page. Okay. Next, a manual text flow. Position the loaded text icon at the corner of the area where you want to place. Corner of the area. Hold down the mouse button and drag to define the text block. Release the mouse button. Text flows into the defined area. If there is more than it fits in the text block you define, a red triangle appears in the bottom if it is if the text is more and we can handle it. Okay, see, after importing it, I have observed the triangle. Now I can expand the file, or I can split the file. So I have splitted this. In this way it will appear. See, I have mentioned it as first block, first block, second block, and this is third block. These are text blocks. Yeah, okay. Similarly, if you want to place the text in page, position the loaded text icon at the top of the page and click. Text goes into the page. There is more text than fits in the page. A red triangle appears in the bottom. It is already we have mentioned about window shade. Click once on this and load a text icon appears. Now generate a new page, or by selecting new layout, insert page in the menu bar. Place the loaded text icon at the top of the next page and click. Repeat this process until there is no text to place. Next one is automatic text flow. Before importing the text, first select layout auto flow in the menu bar. From the name itself, you can understand auto flow. It makes work automatic. Then you should import the text. Now the loader text icon looks different. It contains squiggly, squiggly arrow. Squiggly arrow. Place the loaded text icon at the top of the page and click. Now the text will automatically flow on to the succeeding pages, creating new ones if necessary. Okay. Automatic text flow is more important than manual implementing of the text. Understanding story. A page maker story is similar to a newspaper article. The front page of the newspaper may contain several independent articles, some of which continue on other pages. In PageMaker, several stories may appear on the same publication page and continue elsewhere in the publication. It is similar to the